What if I told you that the reality you experience isn't just shaped by your thoughts, but by the way you breathe? The rhythm of your breath isn't just about oxygen. It's the pulse of your energy, the frequency of your creation. Most of us move through life caught in shallow, unconscious breathing, stuck in survival mode, disconnected from our true power. But what if, with each conscious breath, you could reclaim that power? What if the very act of breathing became a sacred tool to shift your vibration, to align with your desires, to create the life you were born to live? You've been breathing since the moment you arrived in this world. But have you ever truly breathed? Have you ever felt the life force moving through you, clearing old patterns, expanding your field, aligning you with the flow of the universe? In this video, we're not just talking about breath as a function. We're diving into breath as creation, breath as energy, breath as alignment with the deepest truths of your being. Are you ready to stop surviving and start breathing life into your reality? Let's begin. Take a moment. Inhale deeply. Now exhale slowly. Did you notice it? That brief pause between the inhale and the exhale. That is where creation happens. From the moment you were born, your breath has been your constant companion. It's the first thing you did, and it's the last thing you'll do. But somewhere along the way, breathing became automatic, unconscious. You forgot that every breath is an opportunity to align, to center, and to create. The truth is, breath is more than just oxygen exchange. It's energy. It's life force. In many ancient traditions, breath is seen as prana, chi, or spirit, the vital essence that connects your physical body with the energetic realm. The quality of your breath reflects the quality of your life. Shallow, rapid breathing often accompanies stress, anxiety, and disconnection. Deep, slow, conscious breathing brings calm, presence, and connection. But what if it goes even deeper? What if the way you breathe is not just a reflection of your state of being, but also a creator of it? Your breath influences your nervous system, your energy field, your mental clarity, and even your vibrational frequency. When you breathe unconsciously, you're at the mercy of old patterns, reactive emotions, and unconscious beliefs. But when you bring awareness to your breath, you interrupt those patterns. You create space, and in that space, you plant the seeds of a new reality. Have you noticed how, in moments of stress, your breath becomes shallow and tight? That's your body signaling survival mode. But when you pause, take a deep breath and slow down, your body shifts into a state of safety. Your mind clears. Your energy softens. That's not just relaxation, that's recalibration. Breathing consciously invites you to become the creator of your reality. Every inhale draws in new energy, new possibilities. Every exhale releases what no longer serves. When you breathe with awareness, you're not just calming your body, you're aligning your energy with the flow of life itself. And here's the secret. The breath doesn't just respond to your state of mind. It can change it. It can shift your vibration from fear to trust, from chaos to clarity, from contraction to expansion. It can open the door to creativity, insight, and manifestation. So, what if you started using your breath as a conscious tool? What if, instead of breathing to survive, you breathe to thrive? In this video, we'll explore the art of conscious breathing, how it connects you to your inner power, how it creates space for new possibilities, and how it transforms your vibration from the inside out. Because when you change the way you breathe, you change the way you be. And when you change your being, you change your reality. What if the simple act of breathing could shift everything? Not just your mood or your energy level, but your entire experience of reality? The truth is, most of us go through life breathing unconsciously, shallow, hurried, reactive. Our breath follows the patterns of our thoughts, and our thoughts often reflect our fears, doubts, and stories we've been telling ourselves for years. But there is a different way to breathe, a way that unlocks the door to presence, clarity, and conscious creation. Conscious breathing is not just a wellness trend. It's an ancient practice rooted in the understanding that breath is life force. In many traditions, it's called prana, chi, spiritus. This vital energy connects the physical body with the energetic field around us. When you breathe consciously, you're not just filling your lungs with air, you're aligning with the creative force of the universe. You're tapping into the field where thought becomes form, where intention meets manifestation. Have you ever noticed how your breath changes with your emotions? When you're anxious, it becomes shallow and rapid. When you're at peace, it slows and deepens. That's because the breath is both a mirror and a bridge. It reflects your inner state and gives you a pathway to shift it. By consciously controlling your breath, you're telling your body, your mind, and your energy field that it's safe to let go. You're signaling that you're stepping out of survival mode and into a space of possibility. But conscious breathing goes beyond relaxation. It's a tool for aligning your vibration with your desired reality. Every breath you take carries a frequency. When you breathe with awareness, intention, and depth, you're tuning yourself to higher frequencies, those of peace, clarity, love, abundance. It's like tuning an instrument. The more intentional your breath, the clearer and more harmonious your vibration becomes. Consider how often we let external circumstances dictate our inner world. We react to stress, criticism, uncertainty. But through conscious breathing, you reclaim the power to center yourself in the midst of chaos. You learn to respond instead of react. You create a buffer between the noise of the world and the calm wisdom of your inner self. That space, created by the breath, is where conscious creation begins. There are countless breathing techniques, from box breathing to alternate nostril, from deep diaphragmatic to rhythmic patterns used in pranayama. But at the heart of all these methods lies one truth. The breath connects you to now, and in the now, you have the power to choose, to align, to shift. Imagine starting your day not with frantic thoughts or mindless scrolling, but with a few minutes of intentional breathing, feeling the air move in, expanding your chest, filling your belly, releasing tension with each exhale. With each breath you affirm, I am present, I am aligned, I am the creator of my reality. Conscious breathing also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the system of rest, repair, and regeneration. It slows the heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and calms the mind. It brings the body into coherence, where every system functions in harmony. This isn't just relaxation, it's a physiological shift into a state where creativity, intuition, and healing become possible. When practiced consistently, conscious breathing rewires your brain. It disrupts old patterns of stress and fear, creates new neural pathways for peace and clarity, and strengthens your capacity to stay centered amidst life's challenges. Over time, you'll notice that situations that once triggered you now feel manageable. The world may stay the same, but your response changes, and that changes everything. The breath is always with you. It's free, it's immediate, and it's one of the most powerful tools for transformation you'll ever find. It doesn't require special equipment or long hours of meditation. It only asks for your presence, for your willingness to pause, to notice, and to choose. So, as you move through your day, ask yourself, am I breathing consciously? Am I using my breath as a tool to align with my highest self? Because every breath is an opportunity to calm, to center, to create, to become. When you learn to harness the power of conscious breathing, you're no longer at the mercy of your environment. You become the anchor, the steady presence in the storm. And from that space of calm, clear alignment, you begin to create your reality. Not from fear, but from love. Not from reaction, but from choice. Your breath is the gateway. Breathe intentionally and watch your world transform. Have you ever noticed how your energy shifts with your breath? How the way you breathe can leave you feeling heavy, anxious, or scattered, or conversely, light, calm, and focused? This is not by chance. The breath is more than a physiological function. It's a direct link to your energy field, your aura, your vibrational frequency, your subtle body. And the patterns of your breath shape the patterns of your energy. When you breathe shallowly and unconsciously, chest rising, shoulders tense, breath barely reaching your belly, you create a state of contraction. Your nervous system remains on high alert, your mind races, and your energy field tightens. This is the state of survival, of fight or flight. It cuts you off from the flow of life, creating energetic blocks that mirror in your outer reality as stress, frustration, or disconnection. But when you breathe deeply, consciously, and rhythmically, expanding the belly, feeling the ribs stretch, allowing the breath to move freely, you create a state of expansion. Your nervous system shifts into calm, your mind clears, and your energy field opens. This expanded state allows you to connect with higher frequencies, intuitive insights, and a greater sense of ease. It invites flow back into your life. The breath is like a brush painting on the canvas of your energy field. Each inhale pulls in prana, life force, and each exhale clears stagnation, releasing what no longer serves. The quality of your breath determines the clarity and luminosity of your aura. Shallow, erratic breathing clouds the field, while deep, intentional breathing illuminates it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt an invisible heaviness or lightness? That's the energy field at play. And your breath influences not only how you feel, but how others perceive and respond to your energy. Conscious breathing makes you magnetic. It amplifies your presence, softens your edges, and draws in experiences and people that resonate with your frequency. There are ancient practices that use breath to cleanse and expand the energy field. In yoga, pranayama balances the pranic currents. In qigong, breath harmonizes the flow of qi. In shamanic traditions, rhythmic breathing journeys between worlds, clearing energy and receiving guidance. These practices recognize that breath is not just air, it's spirit, movement, life itself. But you don't need a complex practice to shift your energy field through breath. You only need awareness. Try this. Close your eyes. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Breathe slowly, feeling the air move into your lower lungs, expanding your belly. On the exhale, feel your body soften, your energy settle. Imagine each breath as a wave washing through your energy field, clearing heaviness, brightening your aura. When you become aware of how your breath shapes your energy, you stop feeling powerless in the face of external chaos. You realize that you have a tool, always available, to realign yourself, to cleanse, to charge, to ground. Breath is frequency, and the more intentional you're breathing, the more you stabilize your energy field. This stability reflects outward as clarity, resilience, and a magnetic presence that draws in what you desire. Your breath is your anchor and your amplifier. It connects you to the invisible currents of energy that shape your reality. Breathe shallowly, and you remain reactive, closed, and limited. Breathe deeply and consciously, and you become expansive, centered, and powerful. So as you navigate your day, ask yourself, is my breath supporting my energy field? Am I breathing in a way that expands me or contracts me? What kind of energy am I choosing to radiate with each inhale and exhale? Because the way you breathe doesn't just change your body, it transforms your field. And when your energy field shifts, reality follows. Have you ever felt like your mind and body were disconnected? Your thoughts racing while your body tenses, or your body aching while your mind drifts far away? This split is more common than you might think, and it creates a sense of fragmentation that keeps you from feeling whole, centered, and at peace. But what if there was a simple, natural way to bridge that gap? A way to bring your mind and body into alignment so they can work together harmoniously, not in opposition? That way is your breath. The breath is not just a physical process. It's the thread that weaves together your mental and physical experience. Every thought you have sends a signal to your body, and every breath you take sends a signal back to your mind. When you breathe unconsciously, shallow, erratic, disconnected, you reinforce the mind's dominance, letting thoughts and fears dictate your physical state. But when you breathe consciously, slow, steady, intentional. You invite the body to guide the mind, creating a feedback loop of calm, clarity, and integration. Think about a moment when you were anxious. Your mind was likely racing, your breath shallow, your chest tight. Now think of a moment when you felt deeply at ease, perhaps watching the sunset, immersed in a favorite activity, or lying in nature. Your breath was likely slow, deep, and rhythmic. In those moments, the mind and body were in sync, connected through the breath. This is the power of conscious breathing. It bypasses the mind's chatter and connects you directly to the wisdom of the body. It grounds you in the present, quiets the mental noise, and allows you to feel safe within your physical form. It's a bridge between thinking and being. In many traditions, the breath is seen as the carrier of spirit, the animating force that brings life to form. When you connect to your breath, you connect to this deeper essence. You stop being a prisoner of your thoughts and become a participant in the present moment. Each breath becomes a dialogue between mind and body, a dance of awareness and presence. But this isn't just philosophy, it's biology. Conscious breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, shifting you out of fight or flight into rest and digest. It lowers cortisol levels, slows the heart rate, and reduces muscle tension. Your mind calms because your body signals safety. Your body relaxes because your mind stops sending danger signals. This feedback loop creates a sense of inner coherence, a state where mind and body operate as one. Try this practice. Sit comfortably, close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose, counting to 4. Feel your belly expand. Exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 6. As you breathe, imagine each inhale as a wave rising through your body, bringing clarity and energy. Each exhale as a wave flowing back down, releasing tension and thought. With each cycle, feel the gap between mind and body narrowing, the bridge becoming stronger. As you integrate conscious breathing into your daily life, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts. Stressful thoughts lose their grip. Physical discomfort eases. Decision-making becomes clearer. Creativity flows more freely. Your energy levels stabilize. You begin to live from a place of alignment, where mind and body are allies, not adversaries. The breath doesn't just bridge the gap, it dissolves the illusion of separation. It reminds you that you are not fragmented, not broken, but whole. That your mind's brilliance and your body's wisdom are meant to work together, guided by the steady rhythm of your breath. So, as you move through your day, pause and ask yourself, is my breath connecting me or disconnecting me? Am I using it as a bridge or am I trapped in the gap? With every conscious breath, you weave the fabric of integration. You return to presence. You return to wholeness. How breath shapes your perception. Have you ever noticed how the way you breathe affects the way you see the world? How a shallow, hurried breath seems to make everything feel urgent, overwhelming, even threatening, while a deep, steady breath can make the same situation feel manageable, even serene. This is not a coincidence. Breath doesn't just reflect your internal state. It shapes it. It determines the lens through which you perceive your reality. When you breathe unconsciously, short, shallow breaths that barely move your chest, your body and mind remain locked in survival mode. This sends a signal to your brain that you're under threat, whether or not the threat is real. Your vision narrows, your mind fixates on problems, and you start interpreting the world through a filter of fear, scarcity, and control. Your breath contracts, and so does your perception. But when you shift into deep conscious breathing, expanding your belly, slowing your exhale, your body signals safety. Your brain relaxes. The fight or flight response begins to dissolve, and suddenly, your perception opens. You start noticing beauty, possibility, and nuance where before you saw only obstacles. Your field of awareness expands, allowing creativity, intuition, and insight to flow. This shift is not subtle, it's profound. It's the difference between seeing life as a battlefield and seeing it as a dance. Have you ever taken a deep breath in the middle of an argument and felt the tension soften? or paused during a stressful situation to breathe and suddenly saw a new solution. That's the breath reshaping your perception in real time. It's showing you that the way you breathe determines not just how you feel, but how you see. Breath creates space, space between stimulus and response, space between the mind's stories and the truth of the present moment. In that space, perception shifts. You stop reacting and start observing. You begin to see patterns you missed before. You notice the subtle cues of your environment, the body language of others, the quiet wisdom of your own intuition. The breath becomes a doorway to a broader, clearer, more connected way of seeing. In many spiritual traditions, the breath is linked to consciousness itself. In yogic philosophy, breath, prana, is seen as the carrier of awareness. In meditation, the breath is often the anchor that keeps you present. Why? Because when you breathe consciously, you're not just calming the body, you're sharpening the mind. You're dissolving the fog of stress and stepping into clarity. This doesn't mean you need to force a particular breathing pattern all day. It means becoming aware of the subtle shifts. When you notice your breath tightening, ask yourself, what is this telling me about my perception right now? Am I seeing through the lens of fear or through the lens of presence? Then, with a conscious inhale and a slow exhale, allow yourself to expand into a wider, more compassionate view. The beauty of this practice is that it doesn't require you to change your external circumstances. You don't need to fix the situation, solve the problem, or escape the discomfort. You only need to shift your breath, and in doing so, you shift your reality. Because perception is everything. It's the filter through which life is experienced. And when you change the filter, the entire landscape transforms. So, as you move through your day, let your breath be your guide. Use it to soften the sharp edges of perception, to expand your field of awareness, to shift from survival to presence. With each conscious breath, you'll find that the world looks different, not because the world has changed, but because you have. And in that shift, you'll rediscover your power. The power not to control life, but to see it clearly, to move with it, and to create from a place of calm, connected presence. All through the simple, profound act of breathing. Have you ever felt inspired by a deep breathing practice, only to return to your daily routine and slip back into shallow, unconscious breath? This is the challenge many face, knowing the power of conscious breathing, but struggling to weave it into the flow of everyday life. The truth is, integrating breathwork isn't about carving out long hours or perfecting a technique. It's about small, intentional moments that reconnect you with yourself and your creative power. Breathwork is a bridge between practice and presence. It doesn't belong only to meditation cushions or yoga studios. It belongs in the car, at your desk, in the middle of a stressful conversation, while washing dishes or waiting in line. The breath is with you everywhere, and it's always available to shift your state of being. Start simple. Begin your day with a few deep conscious breaths before you even get out of bed. Feel the air moving through your body, waking up your cells, expanding your awareness. Set an intention for the day with each inhale. I choose clarity. I choose peace. I choose presence. With each exhale, release tension, letting go of whatever might weigh you down. This sets the tone, not just for your morning, but for the entire day. Throughout your day, use the breath as a reset button. Notice moments when your shoulders tense, your jaw tightens, or your mind races. These are invitations to pause. Take a deep breath in, filling your belly, and a long, slow exhale. Even just one conscious breath can interrupt the pattern of stress and bring you back to the present moment. Imagine this breath as a wave of calm, washing over your nervous system, softening your energy field. In moments of overwhelm, try box breathing. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Repeat a few times. This simple pattern helps regulate your nervous system, bringing coherence between mind and body. Or practice a longer exhale, which signals safety to your brain, calming the fight or flight response and opening the door to clarity. Integrating breathwork also means honoring the natural rhythms of your day. When you wake up, take a few energizing breaths to set the tone. When you feel sluggish mid-afternoon, breathe deeply to refresh your mind and body. Before sleep, practice slow, calming breaths to prepare your body for rest. The breath becomes a thread weaving through the tapestry of your day, aligning you with the present moment. Consider setting reminders on your phone, your watch, or sticky notes around your space to pause and breathe, not as a chore, but as a gift. Each pause is an opportunity to realign with your intention, to reconnect with your body, and to shift your vibration. Over time, these pauses become second nature, and you'll find yourself breathing consciously without needing a prompt. The key is consistency, not perfection. Even if you forget, begin again. Each conscious breath is a chance to return home to yourself, to create space between thought and reaction, to remind yourself that you are not your stress, your schedule, or your circumstances. You are the awareness behind it all, and your breath is the doorway back to that truth. Breathwork doesn't have to be complicated. It's not about achieving a particular state or mastering a technique. It's about remembering to pause, to listen, to feel the life force moving through you, to align with your highest intentions, moment by moment. So as you move through your day, let your breath guide you. Use it to ground, to center, to create. Breathe deeply in moments of gratitude. Breathe through moments of challenge. Breathe consciously as a living meditation, turning ordinary moments into sacred ones. In this way, breathwork becomes not something you do, but something you are. A living, breathing alignment with your true self. An ongoing conversation between body, mind, and spirit. And through this simple, profound practice, you reclaim your power to create your reality, one breath at a time. As we come to the close of this journey, I invite you to take one more deep breath. Inhale slowly, feeling the air expand your lungs, your belly, your awareness. Exhale fully, releasing tension, distraction, and all that no longer serves you. In this breath, in this moment, you remember, your breath is not just a reflex, it's a key, a portal, a tool for conscious creation. Throughout this journey, we've explored how the breath mirrors your inner world, how it bridges mind and body, how it shapes your perception, and how it connects you to the energy field that surrounds and flows through you. But at its core, breath is simplicity, its presence, its life moving through you, reminding you that you are always in relationship with the universe, that you are not separate from creation, you are creation in motion. The beauty of this truth is its accessibility. No matter your circumstances, no matter the challenges you face, the breath is always available. It requires no tools, no technology, no special setting. It only asks for your attention, your willingness to pause, and your openness to receive its wisdom. Whether you're in the middle of a busy day, navigating a moment of overwhelm, or simply seeking connection, the breath invites you to realign, to step out of reaction and into response, to move from distraction into presence. When you breathe consciously, you don't just calm your body, you tune your frequency. You align your inner world with the rhythm of life itself. You become a vessel for peace, clarity, and creation. And as your breath shifts, so too does your reality. The situations you encounter, the relationships you nurture, the ideas you manifest, all begin to mirror your inner coherence. Breathwork is not about escaping the world. It's about engaging with it fully, from a place of alignment. It's about remembering that you have the power to create not by force, but by resonance. That your thoughts, emotions, and actions become more potent when grounded in the steady rhythm of conscious breathing. In this way, breath becomes both your anchor and your wings, keeping you rooted while allowing you to rise. So as you step forward from this space, I invite you to integrate breath into your daily rituals. Begin your mornings with a few moments of intentional breathing. Pause during moments of tension to reset and realign. End your days with a gentle, calming breath to signal closure and release. Let breath be the constant thread that weaves mindfulness into every experience. And when life feels chaotic, when your mind races or your heart feels heavy, return to the breath. Inhale, expanding into possibility. Exhale, softening into trust. Let the breath remind you, you are here, you are present, you are the creator of your experience. Because in the end, creating your reality isn't about control. It's about alignment. It's about learning to move with life, not against it. It's about trusting the intelligence of your body, the wisdom of your breath, and the power of your awareness. So breathe deeply, align fully, create consciously, and watch as your world transforms, one breath at a time.